Advanced Residential Applications and Case Studies. Chapter 6, Market Analysis Case Study. Page 2, Economic Trends. Uptown is the county seat and the only city in rural county. Most of the county depends on agriculture. The largest employers are county government, the school system, and several manufacturers just west of the city. Uptown lies 12 miles east of the interstate and 90 miles south of the state capital. The Joanne Deere Farm Machinery Plant has been here for 50 years and used to employ over 500, but recently let 40 employees go. They hope to be able to rehire them in the spring. The laid-off employees averaged $10 to $12 per hour. A 15-year-old company, Sky Unlimited, manufactures airplane parts as a subcontractor for several major companies. At their peak, they employed 1,200, but 2 years ago they were at 950. After being awarded several new contracts, they broke ground for an expansion and announced plans to hire an additional 200 workers at between $25,000 and $33,000 per year. They have just completed the construction and over 100 new workers were hired. But with recent disruptions in the industry and lots of red ink among the airlines, they have instituted a hiring freeze, and plans for the future are uncertain. Many small farms have been experiencing financial difficulties, exacerbated by 3 years of drought. There have been some consolidation with purchases by large farming operations. There has not been much demand for new housing developments other than immediately around the city. Rumors have been flying recently about a possible purchase of an old warehouse near the interstate exit as a possible distribution center for Walmart department stores. Apparently, company officials have visited the site several times and have been in discussion with the County Business Development Agency. Estimates call for establishment of 350 to 400 jobs that would pay at the rate of $8.50 to $13.50 per hour within 2 years. The likelihood of this happening will depend on the tax breaks and economic incentives that could be offered to Walmart. You conclude that the local economy is in a state of uncertainty and that you really will need some hard facts if you are going to be of much help as a consultant. No wonder they are concerned. You meet with the attorney and the clients, sign a contract, and get to work. You realize the importance of what you will be expected to do. Your counsel may help them to decide the best course of action? Should they go ahead with the development as planned? Should they scale it down to cheaper and smaller houses? Should they wait a few years before they start to let the economy recover? Will it recover? Or should they just pull the plug, take their losses, and walk away? It is pretty obvious that the economy is not too healthy, and there is a great deal of uncertainty. Your gut reaction is that this is not the time for a new project. You realize that they have been planning this for a few years, and that times may have changed since they first came up with the idea. But you don't want to be too hasty. You want to do a thorough job and prove that your opinions are valid. What they decide to do will also have an impact on the local economy. If the plans proceeds, it will add millions in wages to the local construction industry and millions of dollars to the local tax rolls. You feel the burden on your shoulders to do the right thing. You can find good information on demographic from the U.S. Census Bureau, www.census.gov/data/what is data, census.gov HTML. Some of the information you uncover is summarized in the tables on the next pages. The effective date of your analysis will be March 1st, 2022. End of page. Page 3, census data. The top row is saying population, then state, county, city, and then Sunday Hills. The next row, population, is 2,000. The state has 7.39, so pretty much 7.4 million. The county has 62,412. The city has 28,211. Sunday Hills has none. In 2010, the state had 8,032,000. The county had 65,000. The city had 32,000. Sunday Hills had 476. In 2015, the state had 8.4 million. The state had 66,000. The county had 35,000. And Sunday Hills had 564. In 2020, the state had 8.6 million. The county had 65,000. The county had 36,000 and Sunday Hills had 588. Housing units in 2000, the state had 2.8 million. The county had 24,000. The city had 11,000 and Sunday Hills had none. So pretty much from then to 2020, everything is going up. Question 1. What trends can you see in this population data? I'm going to say population is growing. Steady. Question 1 solution. There are several apparent trends. A. The county population is growing more slowly than the state as a whole. In the last 5 years, there has actually been negative growth in the county. This is probably due to the farm situation. B. The city has been growing at a faster rate than the county and the state, except for the last 5 years when it dipped slightly below the state growth level. Most of the growth in the county has been in the city. However, there has been little growth in the city over the last 5 years. It didn't lose population as the county did, but the growth rate has slowed considerably. Let's break the figures into percentages so you can see the trends more clearly. In the third row is the actual percent change for 5 years. In order to make a more valid comparison, in the last row, I have multiplied each percent change by 2 to project the change over a 10-year period. Population percent change. From 1980 to 1990, the state 8.69, the county 3.69, and the city 15.16. From 1990 to 2000, the state 5.27, the county 2.57, and the city 9.98. From 2000 to 2005, the state 2.69, the county 0.86, and the city 2.65. And lastly, from 2000 to 2010, extrapolated, the state 5.38, the county, negative 1.72, and the city 5.3. End of page. Question 2. What trends can you see in this housing unit data? I see a decline. Question 2 solution. There are several apparent trends here. A. The number of housing units is growing more slowly in the county than in the state. B. The number of housing units is growing more slowly in the city than in the state as a whole. C. In the last 5 years, the growth rate in the housing units has slowed in both, but more noticeably in the county than in the city. Housing units percentage change from 1980 to 1990, the state positive 8.73, the county 2.06, and the city 3.16. Positively. From 1990 to 2000, the state positively by 5.2, positively in the county by 5.07, and in the city positively 2.26. From 2000 to 2005, the state positively 2.27, from the county positively 1.84, and in the city positively 1.99. And lastly, from 2000 to 2010, extrapolated, the state positively 4.54, from the county positively 3.67, and in the city positively 3.97. The percentages make for a valid comparison, but If you go back to the raw data in the first total, you will see that in the last 5 years there have only been a total of 240 houses built in the city. What do you think about the demand for 75 new ones? End of page. Page 5, local housing starts. Census Bureau data is good, but it is not updated that frequently. You want to get a better handle on how many houses have been built locally in the recent past. You go to the city building department and are able to get data on building permits issued in the city. Here is what you find. Building permits issued from 2015 to 2019 in the county was 480 and in the city was 240. In 2020, the county issued 112 and in the city issued 58. From January to July of 2021, the county issued 47 and the city issued 22. From July of 2021 to January of 2022, the county issued 21 and the city issued 8. What trends can you see in this building start data? It's going down. Solution. You don't have to be a genius to see the handwriting on the wall. The number of new housing starts has taken a big hit, particularly in the city. End of page.